December 19, 2021. In dreams, I saw a family visiting another. This, who was visiting, was surprised by the simplicity in which the family they visited lived. This family, that lived simple, looked happy. They had everything necessary to live: roof, food, cover. They had no debt worries and their lives were uncomplicated, based only on present realities, grateful for past care, not feeling owners of their future. They lived in absolute faith in God, in their present, clinging to Him. For the visiting family this was very rare, because they lived very sad about their past. And they externalized it at every moment in their present. They lived in great anxiety about the future, they struggled to live at the height of the majority and, at each step, their life was much more fictional and this created great dissatisfaction in everything they did in their path. I saw both families talk. And one to the other expose their points of view, but I noticed that neither one nor the other was affected or changed their thinking. Evening came and the visiting family prepared to leave. They began to say goodbye and, at that moment, I heard a voice that said, "Where will man go by himself? Could it be that before he was born, he has prepared his way and has numbered and prepared his days? He who, believing himself to be the owner of his life, fights for the tranquility and happiness that the world offers, he will not find it. Moreover, the one who fully trusts in me, he will not have to look for his well-being because I will be his front and his rear. The sun will not tire him by day nor the moon by night, because he who lives trusting in me, my wisdom rests in him and his preparation is certain according to my sayings. He does not go ahead or fall behind, he always goes after my footsteps like Abraham and Jacob. I bless the work of his hands, because the just with little work God sustains him, but the arrogant works until exhaustion and, even, what he thinks he has is taken away from him. Such is the fate of the foolish and prudent man. One sows for himself and is jealous with distrust of everyone, but the other sows for everyone and will always have for himself. What is more important, life or food? Verily I tell you that life, but he who has life in me, I will also give him food. Leave your vain way of thinking and be happy with what you have, because my mercy is found in scarcity, when you live in faith, but, in abundance, you live trusting in the work of your hands without me. Whoever believes that, because of what he has, he will subsist at the end of time, he will be disappointed. But, whoever believes he will not resist and cries out to me, because of his trust in me, and puts his complete strength only in me, he will have it and will resist on the bad day. And 1,000 will fall at his side and 10,000 at his right hand, but they will not reach him. Will the lion live in fear and its cub without its protection? If it is like that with them, how much more, with those who cling to the Lion of the tribe of Judah? It is good that the man rests during the night of his work and that, when he gets up, he eats the fruit from his hands. It is also profitable that the heart of man has joy in the little things and that the variety of knowledge brings peace to his mind. As David in the midst of the flock, that, with his harp, praised me and his heart overflowed with peace and security in me, like this the people who seek me must rest. Sing psalms to my name, enjoy and live the words of my hymn book and your soul will have peace in the midst of the storm, because your faith will grow and I will be for you. Do not separate my law, my commandments and statutes from your mouth and meditate on them at all moment. Pray to the God of the harvest to gather you in his garner and live confident. Learn to live in the simplicity of life like me, when I was among you. Comfort and luxury had no part with me, but I lived in continuous gratitude before my Father. I did not like idleness and nonconformity did not wend up my thoughts. The daily hardships of life were my school and wisdom, my word, that was continually taught to me. Don't you know that the living word is the one that, no matter how much you read it, it always opens your understanding? In this you know that it comes from me, when you seek it with a contrite and humiliated heart. I gave myself for everyone and they handed me over to death on a cross and like this I gave my life as a ransom, for many. Don't you know that you were born in this world for the test of life and not for your own glory? One earthly life is granted so that, like this, you can choose between salvation or perdition, with me or against me. If it is against me, you will fight to destroy all the gifts that I give to you. And, if it is with me, you will unite your life in my line for the benefit of many. You must prove, in the fleeting world, that you are deserving of the infinite world and live confident, between joys and hardships, in my promises. Your finite mind needs to refresh my words daily, otherwise discouragement will assail your fragile being. If you live for me and die for me, you will live. If you live for your desires, and you die for them, you will die. Every decision is a consequence of life or death. Today I put life before you, because the path is still visible. But, soon, it will not be seen anymore for the one who, knowing, rejects my words. Those whose course is like that of Lot, who continued his life among those who rejected me, will lose what they love most, but those who, like Abraham, remain faithful to my words, will be rewarded. Whoever has loyalty to man more than me, he will perish, and his works with him. But whoever dies in me, his works will never die. Fight in this way with the desires of your sinful heart, flee from vanity, from comfort, from pride, from your own well-being. And like this, you will be ready for the final hour. But the one who has love for this will not prevail because the destruction of what he loves the most will be, and this will end him. He who does not love me more than everything will not live forever, but, the one who loves me above all, he will subsist. Because I am eternal, and his love will not be lost. He who loves son, wife, father, more than me, he is not worthy of me. Because I left everything for you to die death on a cross and rose from the dead to give life to all those who surrender themselves to me, as I surrendered myself for you. Whoever fights by his own strength will have no rest neither day nor night, but, he who loves me above everything, his faith will be his great strength and will be, this forever. Because spring of rivers of living water will never dry at his side, such are the ones who will overcome the dragon, the beast and his image at the end of time that is coming. Because they are vessels that will never be emptied, because they are continually filled with living water. Learn to fight with the real armor. Watch and be sober. Seek first the kingdom of God and everything will be added unto to you. Remember the 7 forms of falling, which the evil one uses. Everything he puts in front of you has to do with one or more of them. In them is enclosed his plan of perdition for the human race, that's why I brought it to you. You lose battles because you fight badly. Learn from me that I am meek and humble of heart and like this you will have peace, as I give it, and not as the world gives it. What then shall I say to you more so that you may have faith in me? The time has already come for some and it will come to all those who follow me, where you will be enclosed in your place. And the one who did not take deep root, the strong wind will blow and will fall irremissibly. Do you now see the storm approaching? But I tell you that you have not yet seen what will happen. Therefore, you must drink from the source that never dries up and your roots must be anchored in the rock. Meditate on this and put it to work. Live holy lives in full trust in me and you will not be moved from your seat, even if the storm rages in front of you. Faithful and true words that I leave from the eternal for each one of you, may the Lord bless us.